Alright, YouTube Nation, today we're going to be taking a look at another part of the defensive series about, taking that step from, being a below average to average defensive gamer to becoming an above average and maybe even dare I say, elite defensive player. Now, one of the things I want to talk about today is picking your philosophy, knowing where you're at, knowing where you want to be, knowing, basically who you are as a defensive player. And there's three main categories that I like to say. You're either a bend but don't break player, you're either a all-out pressure player, or you're a hybrid player. And three teams that I think embody this for bend but don't break. I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers of the 2002 season and the earlier years of that with Tony Dungy's group embodied bend but don't break defense. As far as all-out pressure, I think the 1985 Bears is a team that we could certainly look at and say they embodied the all-out pressure defense. And then a hybrid defense, I've placed the Pittsburgh Steelers of the 2000s and Dick LeBeau defensive coordinator years. I think that they embody the hybrid pressure but bend but don't break style of defense. Okay, so those are the three main categories. Now let's take a look at, how do you know what fits you the best? And one thing that I think as a bend but don't break type of a player you would want to have is you're cool with coming out in your dimes, and you're cool with not really having pressure. But what you're mainly concerned about is coverage. So you're not necessarily concerned with, the ability to get pressure. But you'll be fine with coming out in a dime normal cover 4, and maybe even giving up the ability for them to run a draw. But you're going to sit back, you're going to play some cover 5 shell, or something like this cover 3 shell. And what I like to do with this is I'll put the outside corners in yellow zones, and then I'll place my slot DBs in hooks. So now we have like a cover 3 sink, basically is what I call this. And you're fine with something like this because it forces your opponent to really, the only thing your opponent's really going to be able to do out of this, especially if you use the middle of the field here, it's that's pretty much all they're going to get. And a quick drag or something, and you're hoping for block shed pressure. So that's kind of the concept of bend but don't break. Is you're fine with giving up little stuff underneath, but you're not going to give up anything big. You're going to force the defense or the offense to take the underneath quick throws, and you're basically just going to sit back. And this is actually something that Z-Boy will do. Is he calls it the fall asleep defense. And a lot of times you'll see, a popular defense in this year is 2-man under. So what he'll do is he'll come out in some kind of 2-man under from some formation. Doesn't have to be dime. And he'll just sit back and watch. And he won't use anybody. He'll just kind of watch. Maybe put a spy on the field and just say, okay, I know you're going to probably score, and I know you're probably going to move the ball. I'm going to check out to what your tendencies are, what your best plays are, where you go in certain situations, so that later on in the game, on that crucial 2nd and 2 or 2nd and 3, I can quick audible to a cover 2 and now take that away. And that's something that Z-Boy does. That's an advanced tip. Something that he does in his defense. And what he'll do out of it is he'll maybe bring some kind of block, some kind of tactical blitz is what I call them, where you send 3-man pressure off one edge, and then you're okay if the blitz gets picked up, but you have the coverage. And I think he actually calls it playing trap defense. So like we may put like Taylor Mays here in a purple zone, and maybe put Newman in a yellow. So we can use the flow coverage concept on that side of the field, and then you can use whatever you want to do on the other side here. Man a dude up. A lot of times what I like to do is a purple and a yellow, and then maybe using like a hook from Kirkpatrick here on this side of the field. It's going to really lock up that side. So just lock up everything quick, bring in a blitz off the edge there, and nothing to go to, and then all of a sudden they just get hit in the mouth. That's something that he does a lot. I don't personally like that style. I've tried to run it several times, and it just never works out for me. I always get dotted. So I just kind of like to do this. Now this is what I call the all-out pressure D, and what this is basically is you're gonna send 6. You're gonna send 6, if not every play, most plays, and you're gonna really screen and this is what I call screen pressure. And what you'll do is you'll zone off on one side of the field, so something like this, like I said, that purple spy technique, and then you'll take your dudes and you'll force your opponent to go to the inside. So you'll, like what I do is I'll shade my guys outside like this, forcing my opponent to go to the inside, pass leads, and then once, basically I know the pressure's coming, so all I have to do from here is lock up his first read, and he may throw the ball right at me. So you see here, I'm just going to be roaming the middle and then jump the streaks, and you want to make sure you take away the streaks, and then you're kind of going to give them the underneath stuff. But this is what I call a scream defense. Basically, we're trying to gamble. We're trying to take away our opponent's first read, and no better play to do that from than the 4-3 under edge sting. And a lot of times you'll see, like I showed you earlier, a lot of things. This is kind of what I do here is I put the yellow. And again, I like to move my guys over a little bit so that it takes away the outside pass lead streaks, and then I just kind of use the middle streaks. So what I'll do out of this is, normally what I do is I'll jump at that side of the field and then come back to Witten, because I know he's going to usually be on a streak. So as you see here, if I jump and then come back, and then you see I'm there, and the little hesitation and the pressure's there. So that's kind of the pressure style. Now we're going to talk about the next style. This is the hybrid. And I like the hybrid. I've ran the hybrid some too. And this is a zone blitzing style. And basically this style is saying, okay, we know we're going to get pressure. We know we're going to send the goons. But the question becomes now, can we... Basically this is a bend but don't break pressure defense. So a lot of times you'll see cover 3 shells, and it's just a combination of different zone blitzes to try to lock up your first read here. But a lot of times you'll see you leave the flats kind of open. But you rely on either a fumble, a big hit, or incomplete pass, and then if you catch your opponent and get them into something like a 3rd and 5 or a 3rd and 4, then you can send something like this right here, a double-sided loop pressure here, and just say, okay, I'm going to use the middle. I got outside protection. I got too deep just in case the pressure doesn't get in, and then you can just jump something quick here. And a lot of times they're going to try to hit something over the middle, and with establishing that the out routes are open but the quick middle isn't, and then we take the out routes away. It's more of a chess match style approach, and this is actually something I do a lot. And then your main pass you're still sending for, so like the micro cross is what I use. See, the flats to the left are open, but other than that it's pretty locked down, and you're still sending for at the line of scrimmage, and you just kind of use that. So that's kind of how that goes with that style of play. That's kind of what I like to do, is either all-out pressure or hybrid. I don't really like to bend but don't break, but that doesn't mean you can't. Like I said, if you're a player who is all right with getting scored on, but you're mainly just playing for one interception only, then certainly you can just kind of show them this look here, and this look is going to show coverage, and they're going to start saying, okay, well, I know he's running coverage out of this look, and you can do some different stuff with your shading and make your zones look nice and cute like Z-Boy does. But basically what the concept is here, you just sit back and you let yourself get dotted until you want to run like a trap defense. And once you choose to run that trap defense, then you can kind of lock it up. So that's pretty much what I wanted to cover in this part 2 video. This has been, basically we've just gone over what style do you want to play on defense, what style suits you, and also what team suits your style. Like I said, the Bengals, in my opinion, would suit the Bengals suit my style because they're so quick. A bend but don't break team would probably be something like the Giants with good coverage, or even the Niners could be a bend but don't break team because of their tremendous hit power. Another screaming team I think would be the Broncos with their great corners and the ability of them to cover in man. So Dallas is a pretty good hybrid team because they have some decent zone covering safeties and hit power and some good linebackers who can zone cover and run. So just kind of that kind of stuff as far as looking at your team. You just want to look, if you're going bend but don't break, you've got to have 4 guys that can rush the quarterback. If you're going to go hybrid, you want kind of some good zone coverage, and I personally would like to have speed. And then if you're going all out pressure, it's all about speed and it's all about man coverage, and that's that. So anyway, thanks for checking out today's concepts, today's discussion. Let me know what you guys think as far as your defensive style. What's your defensive style? How's it been working out for you? and what teams do you think that you're best trying to replicate as far as the real NFL goes. Other than that, guys, that's all I got for you guys today. Make sure to leave a like rating below and show me some support. Also, if you guys have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments below. As far as blitz setups, I haven't have not gone over any in this video, but I have plenty of videos at my YouTube channel that have blitz setups. So I'll put 2 links in the annotation, one for NCAA and one for Madden. And then lastly, guys, make sure to be subscribed to the YouTube channel because day one or the day before NCAA comes out, if you are subscribed, you'll be getting my free offense and defensive ebook, full content, and it's gonna have a ton of information in there. You're gonna want to check it out. I'm gonna be breaking down formations rather than plays on defense, at least, rather than playbooks, because you can make your custom book. So it's actually gonna be a custom playbook that I'm going to have for NCAA. I'm going to have it for offense and defense, and it's going to only have 25 plays because you only need 25 plays, and you're only going to be able to call 25 plays at the line of scrimmage anyway. But it's going to be really good. You guys are still going to want to pick it up. We may have one X factor or one / mini scheme that we'll throw in there too for bonus. But anyway, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel because you'll get that a day early if you are. Other than that, guys, that's all I got for you. Make sure to, like I said, make sure to take a look at the like button below and hit that comment, or let me rephrase that. Hit that like button below and take a look at the comment section. Other than that, that's all we got. Thanks, guys. Enjoy it.